Hi guys, all right, welcome to day one of the 7 days from being stuck to unstuck challenge. Today we're going to look at how fear is keeping you stuck. So my question for you is, what is fear costing you? Have you ever taken the chance or the opportunity to really look deep within yourselves and look at those deeper fears and then taken the next step to figure out what those fears are costing you, what they mean in your life? Well, that's what we're going to do today. So, fears, they stem from such a wide variety of places in our life. It could be from events that have happened to us. It could be from things that we have been told or that we've heard or that we saw. Our limiting beliefs a lot of times are manifestations of our fears. I'm talking about fears, those deep fears like a fear of failure or a fear of being judged or ridiculed. Maybe fear of success or fear of having things that are still left undone. The great thing about today and what we're the end result here is that once we discover how fears dictate our lives, well, then that's the path to letting go of our fears. I have a story about a client of mine, and she came to me because her fear was that she was doomed to never have a solid relationship. Now, keep in mind that she had been divorced 3 times previously, and she had suffered that unimaginable loss of losing a child at an early age. So she kind of had her eyes set on a new man in her life, and yet she also realized that she had this fear of being doomed to never have a solid relationship. Her feelings around her life, the words that she used were like fear-stricken, overwhelmed, immobilized, hopeless, even mortified. And she had tried a variety of different kinds of counseling, talk therapy, journaling, prayer. She realized that she had dug herself into a very, very deep hole and really needed some help getting out of this hole. So what we did was we first cleared things that had happened to her from the time she was born up until the time that she came to see me. Not everything, but some of the bigger events in her life. And the idea here is to clear and heal old wounds first. It's very powerful to clear these first before we start doing other things. Then we eliminated other invisible blocks. Then we went on to clear specific details around the death of her son. And then we cleared all of her relationships, all 3 of her past husbands. We even cleared the relationship of the son with the son who had died, and we cleared relationships with other children that she had and other people that were involved at this time in her life. This was a very tumultuous time in her life. And then we were able to do a catch-all about her beliefs around not being worthy of being in relationship, and specifically we cleared the fear of being doomed to never be in a solid relationship. I just remember this client so distinctly because of the transformation that she had, and her sense of self-worth increased dramatically, and it was okay with her then if she had the relationship or not. And I think she moved on to have the relationship. Things were going really well for her. But the part that struck me the most with her was that she just offhandedly mentioned in another group that we were in that she had just written a letter to one of the wives of one of her ex-husbands, forgiving her for the role that she played and the things that she had done surrounding the death of her son and the divorce and all that kind of stuff. So this was an integral part of the healing process for her. And when she came in, she didn't say, I want to be able to forgive this woman. She just wanted to be able to have a solid relationship. And so often we get these side benefits that are unexpected. All right, on to the challenge for today, fear. Again, the question is, what is fear costing you? So I want you to get out your journal or your notebook and begin with, this is a two-part exercise today. The first one is to list the top 10 things that you are most afraid of. Now, I invite you to go beyond snakes and spiders. Those are surface phobias, which can really be debilitating, and the work that I do can really help with those, but that's not quite the kind of fear that I'm talking about today. I'm talking about the fears that are really holding you back. These a lot of times are our invisible barriers to success. So, for example, in business or career, what are you afraid of as far as being successful goes? Think about that. Maybe if you make a ton of money and you become rich, you're afraid that people will start asking you for money. Or maybe you're afraid that if you make a lot of money that you're just going to lose it all. These are the types of fears that I'm talking about. Relationships. Let's see, maybe you're afraid that if you fall deeply in love that they're just going to leave you. And so you don't let yourself fall in love. Or maybe you are afraid that somebody will love you on a very, very deep level and you don't have the ability to love them back. These are the types of fears that I want you to look at in any aspect of your life. It doesn't have to be business or relationships. It can be, in any health. Are you afraid of being healthy? As ridiculous as that may sound, what would that mean for you? So the second part of the exercise of the challenge for today is that I then want you to do a deep dive into how these fears are affecting your life. So once you've identified the fears, the second part is I invite you to look at how the fears are affecting you and your quality of life. So do your fears keep you up at night and you're not able to sleep because of what you are afraid about? Do your fears keep you from making decisions? Do your fears keep you in a fog so you're not clear? Do your fears keep you from taking action? Do you procrastinate? Procrastination is really just oftentimes a result of a fear. I am afraid that if I put my book out there, people won't like it. And so instead I'm going to do the laundry or whatever it is. Are you afraid that, or does it affect you? Do you waste money? Maybe you waste time. So these are the results of the fears and how they affect your life. And that's what I want you to look at today. One of the answers to my fear question was roller coasters. I'm afraid of roller coasters. And I really put that in the category of snakes and spiders. But it did give me pause for thought and made me realize that really what fear does in our life is keeps us on a roller coaster of life. And doing this challenge, this really is your opportunity to get off of that roller coaster. So once we discover what our fears are and we discover how our fears are holding us back, then with that awareness and that knowledge, we really can begin to liberate ourselves from those fears. The other option to go a little bit deeper with that is to actually do a clearing around those fears, the events that happened that caused the fear in the first place, clear the fears and the beliefs themselves. And really what we're doing is having a chance to reprogram faulty software in your subconscious mind and allow you to stop living with the fear and bring you into the now. So for today, again, discover what you're afraid of. Discover who you are. Discover where you're stuck. And don't forget to reach out. I really want to hear from you. I love getting these answers. Most of all, enjoy the challenge. Enjoy the journey of self-discovery.